Told you what my responsibility are, so let's all go do a job. Shake hands now.
Well, there it is, Jim. That's and our responsibility is to enjoy, we hope, a good fight, because I've been looking forward to this one. One of the real generals of the ring, Mike McCallum, 37 years old, could easily be older, and this is the sort of Crocodile Dundee, a genuine character from Australia. And McCallum actually has been holding what they term the interim championship, because Harding's been inactive for a number of reasons, some promotional, a couple of injuries, but this will settle all arguments then. The last time we saw Mike McCallum on ITV, he really looked the business against Randall Yonker. That was in fact termed the interim championship, and he just completely outclassed him last March. But Harding, well, we know all about him, Jim, having those three great fights, hard and grueling with Dennis Andrews. Well, whatever happens, Jim, you know, it never ceases to amaze me, McCallum. He's such a quality boxer. You'd think at his age now he'd be losing it a bit, wouldn't you?
Yeah, but he's learned everything, Reg, so I mean, he doesn't trade on youth and speed. It's just experience and all-round ability. He's one of the few complete fighters we have in the game today. I mean, he makes you think of back to the Jersey Joe Walcott times when they could all do the job properly. That's what Mike McCallum's like, can do the job perfectly.
Well, he's making the Australian eat those left jabs, and I'll tell you what, they're not flicking punches, Jim. They are scoring, Judge. Bit of an unusual sight, this, really, for a Jamaican and an Australian, and all sort of the cowboy country of North Dakota, but that's because the local hero Virgil Hill comes from here, the other part of this program.
McCallum's got his left hook working already, working well, working to the body and the head. It's never a problem catching Harding. He just keeps coming forward. The problem is trying to hit him hard enough to take some of the edge off him, some of the enthusiasm off.
I tell you, somebody well remembers that left hook to Don Curry. That was the punch. Perfect punch he knocked Don Curry over with. And of course in London we saw him stopping Michael Watson and narrowly outpointing Harold Graham. Well, he's beginning this round, Jim, as though he's intent on stopping Harding, no messing around waiting for judges' verdicts.
Well, I think he realises Harding is one of those guys, you have to command his respect. If you don't, he's going to come right over the top of you. You can't flick jabs at him, you've got to really put the weight behind the jabs, and that's what McCallum's doing. And I think he must be surprised how easy the left hooks are landing.
Three American officials, referee Marty Denkin from California. In London he handled a Charlie Magri and the Sochi Lada fight. I remember that as a world title fight in London. Good opening round, this, Jim, as you say. They're not larking around at all, getting down to business.
Well, Harding can only do it the one way. He has to come forward. If he backs off away from McCallum, then the cause is lost.
Well, I tell you, you get your breath back on that one. That's some opening round there in terms of quality boxing. And here's the rundown then from Mike McCallum. Amazing. One of those losses was to James Toney, hotly disputed. That's Eddie Futch on the out of the ring there.
That's a perfect left hook. He's maybe not getting his full body weight. If he could back Harding up a little bit, some more weight into those punches.
Hard nut, Jeff Harding, though. It'll take a lot to stop him, I tell you that. Dennis Andrews found that. He did manage to stop him in one of those fights. Maybe the rest has done the Australian just a bit of good, Jim, in effect, because he was certainly in some grueling contests.
Yeah, well, this type of fighter, quite often a rest does a lot more good than half a dozen warm-up fights. Because you just have to get the steam back into the body. Every fight for Harding is a hard one.
Well, the opening round on my card definitely to McCallum. Well, it had to be. I mean, just left hand alone, Jim, without the left hooks coming in. Certainly eats a bit of leather, doesn't he, Harding? Doesn't bother to get his head out of the way much. As you say, the war of attrition is his stuff.
Well, he expects to get hit, so it's no great problem when he takes good punches in the early stages of a fight. That's what he expects, and he's prepared to put up with it.
If you've got a youngster you want to teach how to box, Jim, just say, take a look at Mike McCallum and do it like that. They try to turn Harding into a bit of a boxer. I mean, he's got certain technique, but it is the rough stuff that he's best at.
He's just making good use of a left jab there, Harding. See, as long as he can come forward at McCallum, he's got to be in with a shout because of his strength. Obviously, McCallum far better all the way around. But if Harding's coming forward, then he's got a chance.
Yeah, one of these days the old legs might go there. There's no sign of any lead in them yet, though, with McCallum.
Harding's plan just must be to keep McCallum working every minute of every round and hope in the later stages maybe McCallum will have nothing left.
Always kept himself in good shape, Mike McCallum. He even took an ordinary fight at the Apollo in London against Glenn Thomas, another American. Went the distance, good workout for him.
I mean, that was a sickening left uppercut McCallum landed, and Harding doesn't trouble him, just keeps coming.
Held the World Championship at 2 weights, of course, Mike McCallum.
Well, as McCallum likes to control the pace in a fight, but he's not doing that here. He's having to go with Harding, and I'm sure that's not what he wants. He likes to slow down and pick it up at his leisure.
He really is a gritty character, the Australian. I've admired him for a long time in terms of his willingness, bravery. He keeps marching on. End of round 2. Well, they really got the crowd at it there, and there's Harding then. Only lost the 1 contest to Dennis Andrews. Have another look at it, Jim.
See, the punch is bang on. There was an uppercut in the middle of the round, right onto Harding's chin, but didn't shake him in the slightest.
Coming out for the 3rd then. WBC Light Heavyweight Championship, 175 pounds, 12-7. McCallum was a light middleweight champion and a middleweight champion. And in fact, he made 6 defences. Go back a long way watching McCallum, June boxing the Olympics in Montreal, representing, of course, Jamaica. Spends a lot of time in New York, though, and likes to be billed as of New York these days. Also held the Commonwealth Championship. We often forget that with Mike McCallum, meaning the Commonwealth Games, not the Pro. Can they keep this going for 12, Jim?
Well, McCallum is trying to change the pattern already. He doesn't want this. He doesn't want to stand trading. He's not using his tricks and his skill. He's got to find a bit of room. He's trying to back off a little bit from Harding and catch him with counters. But he hasn't hurt him yet. And Harding just coming straight through everything. Harding doing well in this round.
I think you can tell by the fight style that the amateur game didn't really suit Jeff Harding. He lost to Sam Story, who of course is lined up with Eubank's next opponent. That was in the '86 Commonwealth Games in Edinburgh, also to Rod Douglas. But he's a different character when it gets to long distance stuff.